Hey, what is up everybody, and thank you for clicking on this video. Today I want to talk about how I collect knives and the knives that I use. So, some people may think it's weird, probably most people, but I collect knives solely on aesthetic alone. So if I like the way it looks, I'll buy it. I don't buy any knives because I'm like, oh, that knife looks like it would work good. Nah, I just buy it if I like the look of it. Because I just like all knives. I like them all. But I have specific ones that I use. So I do buy knives, and there's ones that I select for use. So like these guys right here, these are the ones that I use. This is the Kershaw Brawler. And as you can see, if you'll come into the camera, I use this one quite often. This is actually the one I take to work with me. And it's seeing some pretty good use. I put a crappy ass grind on it, or a sharpen job on it. But it works. This one is 3.25 blade length on the inches, and GFN scales. It weighs 3.80 ounces. Pretty good, actually. I like this one because it's nice and small. It actually feels pretty good in the hand. I usually opt for bigger knives. That's just my style. But for, general EDC tasks, you don't need a big knife. So this one's perfect, and it feels really good. And I like the speed safe. Now, I cleaned this one out, and then it had something rattling in there. So I opened it up, tried to figure out why was the torsion bar rattling. And yeah, then I watched a video on that Lugermonger brought out and showed why it was rattling in there. So what I did before I watched that video is I took a piece of Scotch tape and just wedged it and just wrapped it up, just made like a little square of Scotch tape and wedged it in between the scale and the torsion bar, and now it no longer rattles. So a little simple fix. Now this one used to fly out a little bit better. I'm not sure if it's the Scotch tape or just the way how I worked it. Maybe it might need some lubrication, but if I don't put enough effort into it, it just kind of plops. So I need to give it a little bit extra boost. But it does fly out, which I do like. This one is the multitool orange work knife. Now this one actually shoots out. It actually has some, sorry about my finger right there. It actually has some recoil. I like that. This one feels really good. And this one's made with D2 steel. I forgot to say this one is 8CR13 MOV. This one's D2 steel with a flat grind. This one's a hollow grind. And it has a composite handle. And this one feels really good in hand. I like how comfortable this one is. See, like that. It's actually pretty cool. But yeah, these are the only ones that, so it's like, I see knives as art. So like this guy, CRKT Heron. I ain't ever going to use this one for any hard use. I'm barely ever going to use this knife. I collect it because it looked so sick. And like the Benchmade Saddle Mountain Skinner. This knife is so flipping cool. One day I'm going to get a tripod so I don't have to do this all one-handed. See, it just looks so cool. So nice. I just hate to, ding it up, but I know that's dumb because that's what they're designed for. But it's just the way how I roll. And even something like this, it doesn't have to be an expensive knife. This is a Mora 511. I like the grind on it. It's just so polished and pretty. I'll hate to mess it up, but I don't know. I probably would start using this one down the line. But I mean, like I think this was like $9, $8. That's a really good knife for just the money. Like this one, I use this one a lot. It's actually, at first I was not going to use this one because I didn't want to scuff it up because it was my first cold steel I ever bought. But it's just such a good little utility knife. I love cutting boxes with it because I just get so much purchase. It's like it's not going to go anywhere. It feels so good in hand. So it would have been dumb not to use it. So, but I can't get that tape residue off of it. If anyone has any idea on how to get tape residue, I tried soap and water, but it just seems to smear it. If you got any ideas, let me know. And this is my multi-tool. I have no idea anything about this one. I got this multi-tool when I was a kid, when I was very young. I had this for years, and as you can see, it's seen some use. Rattles like crazy. Takes some effort to open. I've had this for as long as I can remember. Damn. Such a long time. It's got some dirt, gunk in it. I used this so many times when I was doing landscaping. I was working for a landscaping company. I would use this more often than probably anything else. Even my coworkers, they were always going like, "Hey, can I borrow your knife? Hey, can I borrow your multi-tool?" They were always asking me to borrow my knife or my multi-tool. I brought this one more often when I was landscaping, just because it was a lot more heftier and I liked the blade shape for what I was doing. But at my current work, this one's a little bit smaller, a little bit nicer, since what I'm doing now is a little bit requires a smaller knife. And I also bring this one to work. This one I used to use to cut boxes and stuff. And the scissor is so helpful. You'd actually be surprised on how helpful these scissors are for cutting hangnails. They actually really work. And even when I was doing landscaping, they would always ask for my tweezer, pick out slivers. So that's what I was like. Just being the guy with the knife and the multi-tools to help. That's what I was. I got that from Loot Crate. Brotherhood of Steel keychain at Victorium. So yeah, that's just how I collect knives. I know it's kind of silly, but I have specific knives that I choose to use. So these are the knives that I use. This is the multi-tool that I use. This is my box opener / secondary self-defense weapon. And then this is my other ST. This is the one I take to work. This is the one I take to like when I go out to places. These are the ones I take to work. And then this one's just like for EDC tasks around the house for like hard use. I really like the way how that one feels when it opens up. That feels really good. This one's made with OS 8A steel. So that's pretty cool. I'm only shaking it. There you go. Focus. Serrations. So cool. So sick. So, yeah. Tell me how you collect your knives. Do you have certain ones that you select for use and certain ones that you don't like to mess up, or do you just use everything? Pretty cool. Because for me, I like to keep my knives aesthetic kind of clean. It's just how the way I like them. But if I specifically choose that knife to be a work knife, then I like the wear and tear on it. Because I'm not sure if it's going to come through on my camera, because my camera's not really good, but you can kind of see all those scratches, all the dings, the dirt, just the grime that gets stuck in there. I find that it adds to the aesthetic, but I have to assign the knife to be a work knife. Otherwise, the scratches kind of bother me. So it's like this one, I have this one. This one's like super beaten up. It has like, it's right there, the little chip right there. It's just, I use this knife so much. This is put a crappy sharpen job on it, but it's just seen so much use cutting through cardboard, tape, everything. Even just for the fun of it, I stab it through cardboard just for the hell of it, and it works really nice, especially that Tanto blade. That works really good. Yeah, I really probably should lube that. It's kind of irritating. But yeah, it's like when I was working landscaping, they're like, "Hey, Adam, can I borrow your knife?" Sure, and I'll just toss this to them, and it's like, it's robust. It's tough, and I like the scratches on it. Look at that. It just shows that it's a work knife. That it's been through stuff, but I have to assign it that way. Otherwise, if I get a scratch on something like my Huron, I'll be like kind of upset. I'll be like, It's not supposed to be scratched up. This thing is freaking art. And like if I can find it. Benchmade Freak. If I get this kind of dinged up, I'll be upset. Because I love this thing. This thing is just beautiful. I'm going to probably do a video talking more about this one because it's just, oh, I love it. Alright, well, this video has went on long enough. Thank you for watching, and I hope you had fun. So you all have a good day now. Bye. Take care.